What's going on, Legionnaire? So for today's video, we're going to go back to January and talk about this photo that I posted with 72 copies of Turok #1 that I own, and how since then it kind of sparked a lot of conversation. It's led me down a rabbit hole where I've discovered new things and experienced a part of collecting comics that I've yet to really dabble into. And we're going to talk about all of that right after this. Don't forget to check out the links below in the description. Some fantastic resources like Big Time Collectibles, Justin's Comics Cleaning and Pressing. He can also submit to the grading services for you. And if you don't have a comic shop and you're looking for somewhere to pick up books or set up a pool list, ABX Comics and Games has got you covered. They're my local comic shop here, and they do free shipping on orders over $100. So don't miss out on comic books because you don't know where to find them. Links are in the description. So today we're talking about one of my favorite comic books. It's no secret. It's a lot of people's kind of laughing stock. Everyone has that one book that when you see it, it always is something that you want to pick up. And for me, it's no secret that book is most definitely Turok issue #1 from Valiant Comics from 1993. There's just something about it. And for me personally, it goes back to when I was a kid in the Nintendo 64 game that dropped in 1997. This was huge. Like the Nintendo 64 was such a big part of my life as a kid. I didn't play it excessively. I played like just a couple of games. You had WCW, NWO Revenge, GoldenEye, Turok, and there's just so few, but I still return to them and still play them to this day. And Turok just was huge. And from that video game, it kind of took me back to Turok #1. Now, I'm a second generation comic book collector. My dad's been collecting since the 1960s. I grew up around these books. And for him, it was actually Turok that got him into comic books as a kid. Back in 1954, the superheroes were getting a little stale, so some of the companies were experimenting with some other ideas, and Dell decided to, everyone likes Indians, everyone likes dinosaurs. Let's mix the two of those things together in a Lost Valley, and they got us Turok, and so much so that this is actually the first comic book my dad ever got as a kid. Since then he got a graded version of it, gave it to me as kind of like a memento of us being like sharing this hobby together, enjoying this hobby together. So Turok has a very personal place in our family, in our hearts, and all that good stuff. But I kind of take things to the extreme. So 1954, this is where it all started for any Turok collector. But the thing about Turok is it's not just me. There's a bunch of people out there, and it's different books for everybody. Like I mentioned, some people, it's the Darkhawk #1. Some people, it's Rob Liefeld's X-Force #1. My good friend Mike Becker says, whenever you put two long boxes together, X-Force 1 spontaneously appears. But I just like, there's something about the fact that these books are ridiculously affordable. You can just pick them up whenever you want. It's always something to hunt. And it's always something I enjoyed. And I like the video game. I like the character, but I never sat down and actually dug into and read beyond issue #1. So it was a couple of weeks ago, I decided to grab one of my copies of issue 1 and read it. And I legitimately enjoyed it. And the story was fascinating. So back in Magnus Robot Fighter here, issue 12, this is when they brought Turok into Valiant. And to keep his continuity secure and safe from everything that came before, they brought him into the Valiant universe through an event called Unity, where the characters from Valiant end up in the Lost Land where Turok is, but when they leave, they end up in the present day, bringing Turok to the present day. And that's where the first 3 issues of his actual series kind of finish off that story. And I learned by issue 4, you're really getting into this brand new story that's kind of paying a lot of respect and homage to the original, but doing all kinds of new stuff. And I absolutely fell in love with the story, and I wanted more. So it's weird that I'd never read it before then. So I kind of went to mycomicshop.com, which I've got some packages here. I want to open these because there's some stuff in here that I think is super interesting. And the last thing that I opened today is going to be something that I've never owned, never thought of getting something like this before. And actually had to reach out and have some conversations with some people about what it is exactly, and see if it was something that I wanted, because I wanted something beyond just Turok #1s. So when I went to mycomicshop.com, which is like the biggest online comic shop for back issues, I decided to go browse around because I was aware of one specific book that I really, really wanted, and I needed I needed Turok issue 18 specifically. So I'm going to put this one up here. But while I was there, I'm going to see if they have any issue 1s. They had a couple of them, so I grabbed all the issue 1s they had at the time. So I had 72 issues, no, 73. My good friend Rob's Fat Sacks of Comics found 8 of them at a local shop and sent them to me. So I was up to 81 copies. So this makes 83 copies of number 1. But what I wanted specifically was that issue 18. And while I was there, I wanted to see if they had the issue 1 from the Dynamite Comics run, which was the Rob Liefeld cover, which is super dope. But while I was there, I also got the standard A cover, which is like an homage to the Bart Sears cover. So this is a series that I'll probably end up getting the trade paperbacks for. I don't know if I'll end up getting the actual floppies for it. I don't know if it's necessary, but I'm definitely going to read it. But I don't know about if I need the floppies. But we're going to come back to that issue 18 here in just a minute. Before we do that, this is another one of those things where when I'm just internet surfing or looking on websites like eBay, I'm always checking for certain items, and if I find certain stuff at the right price when I look, I'll go ahead and pick it up. And this was one of those situations where I saw them like that's the right price for that book. So if you watched my 2025 goals video, you know that getting Turok number 1s was part of that goal. So I've hit the old eBay, and how many is that? Found 8 copies for $1 a piece or less. So I added 8 more. And all of these are the standard ones. I'm hoping one day when I'm buying these in the lot, like one of them will slip in with a gold one, not knowingly kind of thing. So that's total in this video. That's 10 more copies of Turok 1. So that puts it at over, that's at 91 copies right there. Right? 91? 81. Yeah, so that's at 91 copies. We got this issue 18, which will become relevant. And while I start to open this next package, I want to suggest that anybody, if you haven't already, go to, I think it's on Amazon, but in 2008, Turok is so popular and it kind of holds up over time that he's been in 4 video games on the Nintendo 64, more on PlayStation 2, and all the systems in between. There's even a new one coming to whatever system that they're on now, like PlayStation 32 or whatever. But you can find in 2008 where they put out a Turok Son of Stone based off like the Dell era stuff, actual feature film, an animated feature film. It's really enjoyable. It's shockingly good. And if you get the physical copy, there's a fantastic special features on there. Michael Uslan doing interviews, Bob Layton doing interviews. And in there, like Bob Layton points out, that Turok 1 sold 1.7 million copies. 1.7 million copies. It was the number 1 selling book for Valiant. And at the time of that documentary, which was in 2007 or 8, depending on when they filmed it, it was the number 1 selling game for Acclaim as well. So going through this stuff, let me see if I can find these in order. 12, 16, 18, 15, 13. You know, these things are all wild. All right, here we go. Nice. So I did a secondary My Comic Shop order the following week, and I did the same thing. I checked to make sure they had any issue 1s, scooped those up. So we got 2 more issue 1s, but I picked up the issue number 0, which is awesome because it looks like you got Joshua Fireseed on there almost. I don't think that is him. It looks like him, but it might just be Andor's grandson who becomes Turok's sidekick in the newest run. Dude, they're running a packing slip in this one. Is that it? There we go. Yep, there's the packing slip. So yeah, just 1 copy of it. 2 copies of issue 1. Okay, there's the packing slip. So I've pretty much just putting the run together, which I had a lot of the run. We sold it on the Pop's Attic page before I decided I wanted to read it. So I went back and just started ordering chunks of it at a time. So this one goes up all the way to issue 19, and I accidentally ordered a second issue 18, but that's okay. I'll keep the nicer one, or keep one, and then I'll just Legion loot the other one or put it into a giveaway or something. But I've got the next 10 issues on the way with more copies of issue number 1 as well. So I'm I've been diving into and reading this, and I've been loving it. But again, so much so that I wanted to explore other stuff. And this is the one that I'm really excited about here. But I'd be curious, like, if anyone else watching this, I'm sure most people watching this probably have a copy of Turok 1 somewhere. You might have had one, got rid of it, rebought it, might keep a few of them in your collection. But if it's not Turok 1, what is the book that whenever you see it in the wild, you always pick it up? Even if you have it already, you still are compelled to pick it up. This is interesting packaging. Let's see. I don't know where it's going to be inside of this thing, but this is going to be super cool. All right, there we go. Oh, holy potatoes, that's cool. I'm hoping they have the information on this because I'm going to have to go back and look it up again and try to find it because I screenshot of it. Then I got gone. Oh, wait, that is super dope. Sweet Christmas. That is that's like a piece of comic history there. So this is the color guide for issue number 18 of Turok, which it's supposed to be the first page splash. Now, this is not to be confused with original art in that sense. Let's see. Man, I hope it has like the details on here. From the desk of Anthony. So this came from Anthony's comic art. So I knew of this person, Anthony's comic art, because of Heroes Con. I see him at Heroes Con every year. And me and Becker went to his table and haggled one year, and they gave Becker a deal and all this good stuff. So I'm like, yeah, I'd do business with that guy. So when I was talking to Becker about wanting some Turok art, I mentioned I wonder if Anthony has any. So Becker sent me the link to this. So let's look in issue 18 here. Let's see if they get this right. So the color guide is like the page that's used so that when the colors moves forward with everything, they stay consistent. So there's the first page splash in issue 18, and there's the color guide. And what's interesting and really cool about this color guide is all the lettering and stuff. These, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, it's lifted off the page. They're like cut out and pasted onto there. That's not like written in that white box. That yellow box is there, and then the white is cut out and taped or glued onto it. So you got like this is cut out from one, like it's really wicked. The trade dress is a cutout. Yeah, that's wild. Even the blue, the actual color part of it is cut out and taped onto the backer board there. But yeah, I don't know a lot about this stuff. This is like outside of that Transformer page I got from Comics Curing Cancer. This is like the first time actually going out looking for some type of art, but this is super cool. I liked it because it had Turok and all his glory right there, and he's rocking the modern day weaponry, which he's never been shy about. You know, he's happy to pick up and learn any kind of new tricks. It's even cool as he got like a crosshair down there. But that's really wicked. That's going to get framed up and put up on the wall. But that's why I wanted the issue 18. I might do something. I might end up keeping both of them and sacrifice this page and do something with it in like a frame. But you can see where the letters ended up coming out differently in the final colors. Like these are red, Turok is yellow. But that's really freaking cool. Yeah, that's super dope. Really excited to have that. And really, more than anything, I'm excited to have these books in so I can get to reading. I was stuck. I had a hole in the run where I needed this shipment to come in so that I can get back to reading these in order. And if you're curious about them, you can check out my social medias. You can check out the community post right here on YouTube, or go check out and follow on Instagram, where I am posting kind of my thoughts as I go. And the next post will be interesting because when Turok kind of switches into the mode where he gets like kind of his iconic, recognizable blue little jacket that he starts rocking consistently through them. But this video has already been long enough. This is wildly overwhelming. I got to figure out what to do with this kind of stuff. But let me know in the chat, if you've ever read this series, let me know what you think about it. If you're a fan of the games, let me know you're a fan of Turok in general, where does it really draw you in? The comics, the games, what? And if it's not Turok, what's that one book that you can't just leave behind in the wild? But I appreciate everybody watching, and until next time, you know what time it is. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel, hit the join button. Remember, we are Legion.